In this video, we're going to have a look at some reproductive strategies in animals which are not to do with sexual reproduction. So they are asexual reproduction, resulting in a clone or a genetically identical individual. And we'll start off with this animal here called Hydra. It might look like a plant because it's green, it's got little fronds coming off it, but it's actually part of the animal kingdom. It's a very simple animal and it's related to jellyfish. So we're going to have a look at budding, and you can see here that tiny little bud grows off the side, starts to become looking a little bit similar to the adult, and eventually breaks off to become independent. And this is a scanning electron micrograph picture of it and a light microscope image of it as well. So with the scale down the bottom, you can see it's about 0.5 millimeter wide. So budding in Hydra is an example of animal asexual reproduction, and the growth of this bud is due to the cell division of mitosis. So because it's mitosis, the offspring will be genetically identical to the adult. And it's a relatively fast method of reproduction because no mates are required, no energy is wasted trying to attract a mate or select a mate. And if the conditions are favourable, the Hydra can produce lots of individuals very quickly. Our second example is fragmentation in starfish. So if a starfish loses a limb, then the limb that's lost, if it's not too badly damaged, can actually start to grow other limbs off it. And if a limb is missing, then the starfish can replace it. So again, because this is a growth reproduction, it's caused by the cell division of mitosis. And again, we get genetically identical individuals. And this is a good way of preserving a damaged starfish. And actually, it wouldn't shed a limb. It's when a limb has fallen off. It can repair and make more individuals. Our next example is parthenogenesis, which translates as the virgin birth. This looks like a rather interesting creature to go through asexual reproduction because it's quite an advanced creature. It's actually the Komodo dragon. Now, what's interesting in the Komodo dragon is that the females of Komodo dragons their sex chromosomes are actually different. Instead of like in humans, we are XX. In females, in Komodo dragons, the sex chromosomes are different. They are ZW. So when eggs are made during meiosis, the eggs that are made are not all the same because it's not two chromosomes that are the same. The sex chromosomes, they are different. So 2 of the 4 eggs that are made will carry the Z chromosome and 2 will carry the W chromosome. And because in Komodo dragons males are ZZ, when the female makes 4 eggs and she's the only female on the island, in fact she might be the only isolated individual on the island, 2 of those eggs are allowed to fuse. And when the Z and the Z eggs fuse together, you get a zygote, which is phenotypically male because it's now ZZ. So this means that a female adult can make a male offspring, which will help the continuity of species because now on the island there is a male and a female to reproduce more Komodo dragons. Now, parthenogenesis also happens in aphids. So you can see aphids are little like green flies or black flies, and they have 2 parts to their life cycle. They have an asexual part of the life cycle, and you can see here that a small freshly hatched green fly grows, or aphid grows and grows and grows. And at some point, when conditions are favourable, it will continue in the asexual cycle and give birth to another aphid. And that will carry on when conditions are favourable. And that's sort of late spring, early summer. This cycle will go round and round. But towards the end of summer, this rapid reproduction, which has made lots and lots and lots of aphids, which are attacking the plants in the garden, and the gardeners are getting upset. Towards the end of the summer, there will be a switch from the asexual reproduction into sexual reproduction. It'll just go back to mating and gametes forming and genetic variation happening, and then any eggs laid at that point will overwinter, and then the cycle will start again.